All right. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Wait. Is anybody out there? I didn't hear anything. Morning. All right. That was a little bit better. And I know there's people out there in the entryway. So those in our entry foyer and in the community room, if you would like to come on in, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome. I am Michael Colbeck, and whether you are joining in person today or online, we just want to take this moment to welcome you. And we're happy to have you here with us today. Is there anyone that's joining for the first time today? And if you are and you do not want to disclose that, that's perfectly fine. All right, no one here in person. Maybe there's somebody online, so we want to extend a special welcome to you. Unity Center of Des Moines is a diverse community committed to living a positive spiritual path. We welcome you just as you are and recognize that each person is on their own unique spiritual journey. So when you came in today, you may have noticed there are some Unity welcome packs as you walk in the front door. Please feel free to take one of those. There's also some free hugs buttons out there in a basket. You'll see them sitting around in different places in the community room as well. Feel free to take one. If you want to wear one, then of course you're kind of signaling to anybody else that you're available for a hug. And if you see somebody with a hug button, then they would be more than happy to give you a hug as well. We also have, I believe we may have some mugs out there as well that you can pick up and take. And if you would like to, if you have a suggestion to share, you can drop your contact sheet in the prayer box, which is under our painting here in the back. And you can also visit our website at unitydesmoines.com to learn more about the Unity movement. So let's start off this morning with a song called I Am Opening.
And if you love it when you sing. Sweet surrender to the lowest blood light of the one. I'm opening up in sweet surrender to the lowest blood light of the one. I'm all I need. I'm all I need. I'm all I need. I'm opening up in sweet surrender to the darkness, love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the darkness, love light of the one. I am all I need. 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 I'm opening up in sweet surrender to the darkness, love light of the one. I'm opening up in sweet surrender to the darkness, love light of the one. I am all I am all I am all I need. I am all I need.
All right. It is on to announcements. Thank you very much for that music. So we're going to start off with announcements this morning like we usually do. Does anybody have any celebrations from the week that you would like to share? You bet.
I have shed my mental slavery.
Thank you. Anybody else have a celebration?
I am really happy that my son is home and we're gonna go to the water park this afternoon.
Adventureland in Altoona.
That'd be fun. That'd be great. Perfect day for it.
Yeah.
Nice and hot, right?
Water's not boiling.
Right. Good day for the water park. Any other celebrations?
I had 3 of my grandchildren yesterday and we went to the balloon festival and it was 187 degrees.
Yeah.
I got to see a drone show and that was absolutely amazing. And now they're downstairs at a drum circle with the children's program. And that's really exciting to me.
That is awesome. Yes. And thank you for that. We do have a drum program going on this morning down in the Children's Center. So that is very exciting. Anything else for celebrations this week? All right, thank you. All right, prayer requests. So prayer requests, if you have some, they can be called in or texted to the following number: 515-903-3033. They will be kept, the prayer messages will be kept confidential unless otherwise specified. Please specify if you want a name added to the list of names that we read here on Sundays as we go through the prayer list, or if you have anything specific, pray for. And also, if you were not aware, the Silent Unity Prayer Hotline is 816-969-2000. And we will have both of these numbers available in the newsletter going forward. Moving on to fall.
Yeah.
It's the next stuff out,
Yes.
right?
Yes, please.
I don't know about you, fall is my favorite time of year, followed by winter. They're pretty much tied for me. My sister got a completely different pair of jeans than I did from my parents because she does not like the cold. She loves this hot, hot weather. I'm just the opposite. We have our Spirit Seekers Fair. It's coming up October 18th. Paper apps are in the back. A digital app is available on the website under space rental and the fair section. And there is also a link for that in the newsletter. And we already have 7 vendors confirmed for that. So that's not very far else. Those things tend to sneak up on you. So if you want to be a vendor, feel free to fill out an application, put that in. Are we having speakers this year?
Yes.
This time, okay. If you want to be a speaker too, you can also, there's a section on the application for that. I would encourage you, if you're feeling something in a pull towards that, go ahead and do it. I did it last time for the first time. Marilee and I had a little booth here. That was great. I spoke for the first time last time at one of the speaker sessions. It was great. It was a lot of fun. So just look at it as fun and give yourself permission to do those things.
I just came through as you were talking that if you are feeling called to offer some kind of workshop or speaking offering, but you don't want to be a vendor, still you can contact that same number, the Unity cell phone, and we're trusting spirit around here. So if you're getting a nudge, follow through.
Right. Thank you, Stevie, for that. All right, our next potluck. Some of you may have attended the one that was just a few weeks ago. Our next potluck is scheduled on August 10th. And with all of the rain, some of the roof issues were revealed. Please be careful in the community room. There's a bowl on the table that is to catch dripping water. Now, I moved the bowl from the table in there earlier today, and then I read this announcement. So that bowl may not be there anymore. It will get fixed as soon as possible, but we want to thank you in advance for your prayers and financial contributions. And along with the heat exchanger that we talked about last week and that affirmative prayer for that, just use that same prayer for both the heat exchanger and add in here now the roof issues. You can simply throw that into that same affirmative prayer and get wonderful practice with that. Special events coming up. Friday, August 8th is the Lionsgate Big Pyramid event with Laura Jones and Deb Jennings. That will be right here. October 4th then, back in fall again. You Are the Medicine. Details in the newsletter will be coming out, and that will also be on the calendar. So I don't have much to tell you on that one, but if something like that sounds interesting, it's just titled "You Are the Medicine." Go ahead and mark your calendar, kind of block that off, and we'll have more information coming about that. And if you want to be added to the email list, fill out the sheet in the entryway, drop it in the box back here, the prayer box, which is under our painting. We really are a co-created community here, and we want to hear everybody's suggestions. That's a bit of what we will also go through at that potluck that was mentioned on August 10th. And I believe we have noted those other things already. So let's go through the statement of faith together here. There is only one power
active in our life
and it
earth,
that is
the source of all life and love.
And then the unity affirmation, just take a quick moment here. We sang a little bit in our first song about surrender, about opening. Just give yourself a moment, take a nice deep breath, allow yourself to surrender and open as we say this statement. Unity
Literally, is a radiating center of the divine light, mighty to attract its good and to radiate good to others.
Moving on to a moment of prayer today. With the spirit of oneness, these are the people who are in need of prayer. Trinity, Mike, Daniel, Deborah, Denny, Steve, Beverly, Scott, Deb, Kim, Misha, Amy, Amanda, Ryan, Dylan, Christina, Paul, Kim, Lou, Elena, Amy, Tom, Karen, Scott, Selena, Janine, Lindsay, Denise, Katie, Steve, Rob, Jenny, Marty, Matt, Brittany, Jerry, Jessica, Alexander, Michelle, Mary Lee, Eric, Jeannie, Angie, Devin, Jody, Sarah and family, Holly, Jeanette Marie, Paul and Phyllis, Christina and Seal, and all of those with struggles that we know nothing about.
Now we'll move into our time of meditation today. Allow the chair that you are in to fully support you, sink into it, let your body relax. Bring your awareness to your breath and breathe in peace, calm, and relaxation. And as you let the breath go, let go of anything no longer serving you. And I invite you to bring your awareness to your heart space. And as source by whatever name you use for Source, to join you in your heart. We honor all paths here. Also, you may wish to invite Mother Earth to join you there to help you ground and to know that all of your needs are always met. Another nice deep cleansing breath in and out. And many times when you're here, you probably hear this phrase of everything is unfolding in divine order. And it is. But I want to remind you that it takes trust, faith, and courage to believe in that unfolding in divine order. So by connecting with Source, you are able to do that. We're going to take a few minutes and just sit in silence for a part of that time and just really feel that connection with Source. Let Earth ground you in this process and let that courage, trust, and faith come to you to believe that everything is unfolding for your highest good, for your soul's growth. In the silence. As you gently return from the silence, my prayer is that you are filled with the strength to feel that trust, faith, and courage to let go of your own expectations and to trust in divine order, knowing that all is flowing smoothly and unfolding for your highest good, even when it doesn't look like we want it to on an ego level. Go within and connect with Source and Earth for that strength to believe in that divine order. Gently come back, take another deep breath, breathing in unconditional love for yourself, loving and accepting yourself just as you are right here, right now, in this very moment. And breathing out gratitude for all the many blessings we each have. Look around you each day for those blessings. And as you come back fully, feeling balanced, aligned, centered, and grounded, relaxed, refreshed, restored, and renewed, we continue on with our day with that strength and courage within us.
Thank you very much, Deb, for that. All right, today we are going to take a look at the daily affirmation for July 27th. 2025 comes to us from Romans 8:14. For all who are led by the Spirit of God are children of God. One of the best ways to feel the fullness of my divinity is to express the uniqueness of my humanity. There is no one on earth who is exactly like me. No one who has my same history or experiences. No one who has my particular talents or gifts. I make the world a richer place when I show up as the person I am. If I am too timid to share my gifts, if I carry shame or regret about my past, or if I feel afraid to let others see the real me, then I am not being my authentic self. Authenticity means being who I am with confidence, knowing that I am a divine being, a child of God. I take my place in this world with joy, knowing that I belong here just as much as anyone else. Rooted in my divinity, I celebrate my humanity by being my authentic self. And our daily affirmation to go along with that, I will state this one time and then we'll go through it as a group. I live proudly as my authentic self. I live
Probably authentic self.
authenticity, we could talk about that for a long time. All right, let's get into our next song now. This one is called Spirit and I Are One. Stevie and Deb will lead us.
I am one. Spirit, 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 Spirit, I am one. Spirit, I am one. Spirit, I am one.
Thank you. And by the way, you all sound wonderful.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
All right, this morning, for our speaker, I think we all know her very well. We have our very own Stevie who's going to come forward and she's going to speak to us on compassionate courage. Stevie.
Thank you, Michael. And Michael, if you just leave that on, it's gonna be an audience participation situation because that's what I like to do. With my opening question being, how do you define courage? Just sit with that for a moment. What does courage mean to you personally? And Michael's got the mic. I thought if you just hand it to one person, that next person can pass it on and I don't have to run all around with it. Yeah, Kevin. Kevin knows a lot about courage.
Is bravery so that you can do anything as long as you just believe in yourself and put your mind into it, then that would equal no fear.
Yeah. Thank you, Kevin.
Good.
Anyone else? Yeah.
Being afraid and doing it anyway.
That's it.
I resonate with that one.
Not always saying what you think. It may not be, so my rule for me is, does it need to be said? Does it need to be said by me? And does it need to be said now?
Yeah.
And then that's majorly changed my life because it's not my place to tell somebody else how to do or what to do. And it's works for me.
I think it's being in pain and moving forward anyways.
Along with that, I think it's being in fear and moving along anyway.
Having confidence in yourself.
That's courage.
I think that courage also involves doing things maybe a little bit differently than sort of the usual sorts of things, traditional sort of
Being
things.
different.
Being different, certainly, yes, I can speak to that, but yeah, being different than say traditional medicine or, you know, a number of things. I think it takes courage to do that.
I love it. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so a follow-up question. Sounds like you all know what courage is. What is the source of courage? Where does it come from?
Desire.
I think it's 100% love.
Trust.
Trust in myself, trust that I know myself enough and I am supported within.
Yeah.
And, trust, yeah.
I think our hearts too.
Art.
Kevin.
Motivation and determination, like you're gonna do it anyway, or something that makes you wanna do something because of its benefit.
Vision.
Vision. Yes.
You don't- A vision, if you don't have a vision, it's very hard to move forward with any adversity.
Agreed. And as you said, vision, I also got like a trust or a faith in that vision that I just, how I'm feeling right now is not what it's gonna be on the other side. Yeah. Go ahead, Deb.
It might not be this work out.
Yeah.
For me, there has to be a connection with source also. If I could trust in source to guide me for what I need to do, and it takes courage, and I know I don't have to have it alone, that I can rely on source to assist me with that's an important factor. Yeah. For me too, that. And I thank you everyone for having the courage to speak your truth and to share, because we all have something to say. We all have a purpose of being on this planet. And I know that because we're breathing. We don't have to do anything to earn a purpose or to prove a purpose. Just breathe and be and do the thing that feels like the right next step. Something that stood out to me as people were sharing, which all resonated with how I feel and I think why this topic came to me to talk about today, is that courage comes from the opposites: fear, pain, discomfort. It's not courageous or brave if those other things are not present. And I think about what Jesus said about loving enemies. And there's other spiritual masters that have had similar messages of it's easy when it's easy, where we build our resilience, where we find our courage, where we connect with source in a more meaningful, grounded way, is when it's not so easy. When we have the difficult conversations, when we go within and do the digging and the exploring, I'm feeling a fear, to name it. In and of itself, fear is our brains, our ego, it's a safety net, right? It's if you have no fear whatsoever, you can get very, very injured or do something fatal. Right? There'll be nothing to not jump off a cliff, or watch a small child that has never had anything, no chances whatsoever to face negative consequences, left unsupervised, and you will find out what can happen if you don't have some fear. But don't let fear drive. There's a book I read called My Friend Fear. If you haven't read it, it's a very short read. It's a very pretty book. I can't remember the author's name at this exact moment, but I know that the title is My Friend Fear. And in it, she talks about overcoming anxiety and overcoming a constant fear state. And it isn't about eliminating fear. It's about acknowledging it, naming it, feeling it, maybe digging into the lies and the messages that we got as children that aren't serving us in our present and future, unpacking that, working out some emotion, maybe reaching out to a professional therapist, friend, prayer ministry. There's lots of different ways that we can do that unpacking. And it might mean doing that unpacking and then saying, okay, fear, come along with me in the passenger seat or the back seat, because I'm driving us towards this vision. I got somewhere we're gonna go. And I have a feeling this will resonate as I say it in my own experience. Actually facing the thing I was afraid of and getting to the other side of it was much better than living in a constant state of fear, feeling stuck, like I didn't have a choice and there wasn't anything I could do in that fear state. That was much worse than actually facing the thing I was afraid of. And the reason for the title of this, that I put compassion before courage, is my experience has been a forced bravery or a forced pushing through without compassion misses the mark. It just gives you more things to be afraid of. And it also disconnects me from that source connection, that inner guidance, that intuition, that spirituality, that trust in myself that someone mentioned. I can't have that without compassion. So having compassion that there's a reason this is scary. There's a reason this is hard. There's a reason I'm hesitant to go forward. And meeting myself with compassion in that place makes it easier to connect with other people, to connect with source, and then maybe just do a micro step in the direction of discomfort. We don't have to fall off the cliff. We don't have to jump out of an airplane. We don't have to, do things that in some ways are self-sabotaging and dangerous, because we can't differentiate between a healthy, keeping myself safe fear and a old programming mind shift fear. But we can just take baby steps from a place of love. Someone mentioned love and compassion. And just do that next right thing. I have some general quotes on courage that I'll read now and see how they land with you. Mark Twain said, "Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear." E. Cummings said, "It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are."
That is for sure.
On the authenticity piece.
Yes.
When Michael said that, we can talk about authenticity all day long. We absolutely can. You know what's harder? Being it. It's in those moments. Ambrose Redmoon said, "Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the judgment that something else is more important than fear." Clement Stone said, "Have the courage to say no. Have the courage to face the truth. Do the right thing because it is right. These are the magic keys to living your life with integrity." And dear old John Wayne said, courage is being scared to death, but saddling up anyway.
Yeah.
Which also resonated with some comments. One more here by Frank Herbert. Fear is the mind killer. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I remain. When I reflect back on my life, it's funny to me because people have a common comment about me is that they say I'm strong and I'm brave, which is really funny because I lived most of my life completely petrified and feeling like I couldn't do things. So whatever that means. But when I think about it, the gift in that, the gift in feeling like I can't, and the gift in feeling that everything's scary is that I did work those muscles of working through it anyway. I came from a family where my mom lost her mom at 2, and she lived on a farm with her dad and brother before social services, very isolated, a little bit of family support, but not much. And then my father was a displaced person in World War II in Europe. His country doesn't even exist anymore. So I had people model, it sucks, and you do it anyway. A little bit of missing on the compassion piece. But I take that as a gift today, because when I pull from that life experience, when I pull from what they gave me and what they showed me with marching on, even when it's uphill both ways, and where sometimes you can't see the end results. Sometimes you're not sure what it's going to look like. You just know it's hard right now. And sometimes it's courageous to go outside. Sometimes it's courageous to get in the shower, to put your shoes on, to stand up. To lift something. I mean, there are some people laughing in the audience. And that counts too. And it comes back to being secure in yourself, tuning in with source and spirit before making a decision or taking an action, and having that love and compassion for yourself to meet you where you are. Instead of trying to be something that you're not in this moment, to have the courage to face the full truth, the full picture of whatever's going on, and do the best you can with what you got right now. And remember that we got each other. But if I or we feed our brain thoughts about I'm scared, there's nothing I can do, I can't. If that's the hamster wheel of thoughts that are on repeat in our minds, then that will be true for us. Courage will not come from that space. But it will come from deciding, I see that thought, I acknowledge that thought, I feel the feelings that come along with that thought, and here's what I'm going to do anyway. Bring it along, but don't let it drive. My next question for everyone, you may or may not want to share, and that is okay, but I want to take a little bit of time for people to just think about it. What would be different in your life right now if you had just a little more courage? What action? You want to share? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think if I had more courage, I would actually have more energy. I think I'd spend a lot of energy holding myself back and believing that I can't do it.
Oh, that's deep, girl. I got goosebumps on that one. It does take a lot of energy to tell yourself you can't, because that's in opposition with the source of all life and love. So it's a lot of work.
Well, in such a way so you can move on as long as you're willing to like challenge yourself. And if you just do this, do that, as you take the challenge, then you can move forward once you accept the challenge of fear. And once you get the courage of it to overcome it, then you will be able to move and overcome the challenge of fear because of the courage. If you're willing to accept the challenge.
Kevin, do you have anything you're afraid of right now?
Um, not currently, no, but once I know something at first, but then second, courage occurs.
Well, so Kevin, you've taught me a lot about connection to source, because you've got like a direct plug-in. And your truth is your truth, no matter what everybody else thinks, and you've taught me a lot about that,
All right.
so I'm grateful.
If you put your mind into it,
Yeah.
let's accept the challenge.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Just challenge yourself to overcome that level of fear because of the courage.
And it truly is that simple. Like when you say it, it's simple, but actually doing it is a totally different thing.
I think it can be a lifelong process as well.
I agree.
Oh, yes, most
It-
definitely.
It's moment by moment. And as our, so, I'm just getting a lot of information right now. As we gain more experience in life, our meat suits get tired. They're not meant to be infinite and forever. And I also hear, no, you can change that. Well, here's the thing, if you can't die, you're not alive. There is a circle to the universe. Yes, Stacia.
Letting go of making things so complicated. I think I feel often I see this in others too, that we make it super complicated.
Yep.
And it's almost like we're afraid of it being simple.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, it has to be more complicated. Actually, no. It's not super complicated, and that is scary too, because that means maybe I'm overcomplicating it. So I think there's a lot to be said about keeping it simple, and it's really not complicated.
The aspects of truth that we're adding to our own suffering, that can be a very difficult truth to look at.
I struggled with the question. I struggled with the question because, whether your imagination is, that's a fantasy of what life would be if you had more courage. So I really think that being open to not knowing what's coming is the most courage you can have.
I agree. And for me personally, the scariest thing I've ever done is actually feel my feelings. I am super good at thinking about them, describing them, maybe emoting them, but actually feeling them, scary. And not having control, not knowing what's on the other side. What it's gonna feel like, how it's gonna be. Yeah. Good stuff. Last question for today. How do you best connect with the source of life and love, God, spirit, whatever you call it, whatever it is, how do you connect with that infinite source of love and courage? What's your way of plugging in?
Stopping.
Stopping.
Slowing down.
Uh-huh.
Stories.
Stories. Tell me more.
I like to listen to stories. I like to listen to stories from everything, every direction, science fiction, fiction, facts. Because in the stories, I can see me
Uh-huh.
and then see what other people have seen that I can't see.
Sure.
Being in nature.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say that.
Being in nature. And you can follow me on Facebook. Just recently, I've been like walking through and getting a nudge to like look at a certain area. And then I just started taking a picture without thinking about what I'm seeing. Like I get a nudge and I take a picture. And I'm capturing figures in the light. And it's super cool. I'm just exploring it. It's new, but just and I think there's some people that'll comment like, oh, there's just light coming through the trees, or they'll give me some scientific explanation as to why this happened. And I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying I felt something in that moment. And what I felt in that moment was very real to me. And my version of courage at this stage of my life is that that's the only thing I need. If it's real to me and it's what it's what I'm experiencing, no one else has to agree with me. I love you, Kay. I'm so glad you're here.
I was going to say meditation is a good way
Meditation, yeah,
to connect. And music.
and music, yes.
Music's very important.
I believe that all creativity, whether it be music or writing, anything like that, it comes from source. It's the source of creation, love, and light. Like when anything, whatever your version of creative is, and it doesn't mean painting or being an expert singer, we all have that. Just find that out there.
I know I find a lot of courage, and this is kind of crazy, but like being social, like being out even in a room full of strangers or just wherever I go. I mean, I talk to anybody anywhere and stuff. And so, so I get a lot of courage from being around lots of other people. And also currently what I'm doing for work, my companion caregiving is really a wonderful thing for them and myself.
To show up and be yourself and then be around other people, and that's okay.
Yeah, just took me a long time to find that, but yeah.
And right now is the perfect time. So whatever in this message today resonated with you, may you take it forward, may you live it more fully, and may it lead us to a more loving and blissful life. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're good.
All right, thank you very much, Stevie. I love that. I love the message and all the participation from everybody.
Yeah.
And hearing all the different perspectives and all the different truths that are there in regards to compassion and courage. If you would like to share your resources with the Unity Center of Des Moines, now is your opportunity to do so. If you are joining us online, we accept donations via Venmo at Unity-Des Moines or through the website unitydesmoines.com. Our congregation is a community supported, and we have faith that whatever we need will be provided with enough to share as well. So whether your contributions are physical, energetic, and or spiritual in nature, we offer this affirmation to you. I infinitely abundant, divine love through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have,
all that I give and all that I receive.
I
I thankfully acknowledge the divine source.
All right, Steve, if you could come on forward. Thank you. All right, we dedicate this offering to do the work of the Spirit of Truth through the people of the Unity Center of Des Moines. And we are grateful. Thank you, Steve. All right, and as we come to our time of closing today, I notice that we have the children from down below up here joining us now. So welcome, wonderful to see you guys in here. As we come to our closing time today, we are going to go through You Are the Face of Love.
Oh, no, we're skipping that part.
We're skipping that today.
Sorry.
All right, we're pivoted right here. So Dan is gonna lead us through the universal blessing of peace from the God.
Celebration of peace from the Boundary Foundation. Just repeat the emotions and the words back to me. I offer you peace.
I offer you peace.
I offer you love.
I offer you love.
I offer you friendship.
I offer you friendship.
I see your beauty.
I see your beauty.
I hear your needs.
I hear your needs.
I feel your feelings.
I feel your feelings.
My wisdom flows from the higher source,
My wisdom flows to the highest source.
and I salute that source in you.
That is the root that source to you.
Let us work together for unity and love.
Let us work together for unity and love.
All right, thank you, Deb. That concludes our service for today. Everybody take a look around right now.
Share.
Look how many people are in here right now. This is awesome. So I want to take a moment to celebrate this. So that's great. All right, we're going to form a big circle around the outside and we're going to hold hands. We're going to sing our closing song here today. If you would not like to hold hands with somebody, that is absolutely fine. Just put your hands over your own heart and I will signal to everybody else.
The light of the divine surrounds us. The love of the divine enfolds us. The power of the divine protects us. The presence of the divine washes over us. Wherever we are, the divine is, and all is well.
There are snacks that we're giving you now. Please feel free to help yourself. Join me with everybody else. And we will have, meets on mugs and giving in the back corner if you'd like.
Cheers.
All right, if we could also have the chairs move to the side, except for in the back. Side.
Yeah, and then you can always invite other people. Yeah. I mean, it's best for me like that, you know.
Yeah.
It has to straight. Okay, yeah, it just has to be on the internet, you know, if you don't have like, yeah, like a VCR. I wondered, I felt like, I was like, she's not here. And then okay. You know, some people, it's great. It's great. Just yeah, yeah, but it's really because you're like, yeah. Our life resonates, doesn't it? And that's what we want here. And for me, it's somebody, okay. Okay, nice to meet you. Okay. Okay. So they go back. I know if I didn't review it, I have to do okay. I love you so much. Thank you. I was so glad you came. Oh, they told you? Yeah, I see you got the, I forget what they were called. I got that experience. Yeah, I don't know. You're being insane. You're here not fiction. Oh, and that's I thought it was
Oh, it's fine.
But it is now, and that is, you change the.
There's hard.
And there's kind of some aspect outside of with each other. We need each other to stay and to survive this. And then our just. The darkness has got to play out. It's not about stopping the darkness, it's about being the light and yeah. Yes. We got it. We got this. Yeah, because it's. Yeah.
How much colors are going?
Yes, it's that line. Yes. Yeah, 100. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes.
And so.
Yes. I understand. Yeah, what do we do? And that's needed. Seek it to understand, and it doesn't change my truth. And it doesn't change. And that's her issue. Yes, yeah. I'd like to be your friend.
Your mom's.
Lease purchase, truck driver, that's all my.
Just say this. Yes.
That's on my, the investments. You're 625. 40 years. Release them. Trucks all the time. Release it. These two and so.
Yeah.
Also, my take is whatever the trees. Exactly. And not give their power away to that. And like you were saying, it's not within, not yes. From us to know. And the question I was asked for, and then we're not subject to the company, but we're not. Like, I don't want to put it. But still saying every tree. No matter what. It's called a